What is up, family? We have another Patreon request. The Canadian French. Canadian French makes no sense. Les Québécois. Les Québécois? I think that's how you say it. Louis Suberville. This guy's hilarious. Not the first time I've seen this. So let's go. Let's see what he's got to say about Canadian French.
Bienvenido, and welcome to another episode of me talking about things that I don't really understand. Here we go. On today's episode, we'll be... Hello? I'm sorry, who are you? I'm Québécois. French-Canadian, if you will.
Québécois.
French-Canadian. How come you don't have an accent when you speak English?
Bah oui, je suis québécois, je suis parfaitement bilingue.
I'm sorry, was that French?
Bon, ouais.
It didn't sound like French, it sounded weird.
Bon, peut-être c'est les Français qui sonnent bizarre.
Oh. Well, you know what? Today we're talking about le Québécois, or French-Canadian. And let me just start off by saying that even though we French people from France love to make fun of our friends across the sea, I love Quebec, especially the people. I mean, it's a sexy French-speaking region with Canadian-style hospitality and kindness. What's not to love? And don't get me wrong, of course the French people from France can also be kind. It's just, I've never heard of anyone going to France for the people, you know?
Oh, zing.
Not really what we're known for.
French people are adorable, wonderful, kind, loving people. Nothing wrong with the French. Just don't piss them off. That's all. Don't act rude like you own their country. Like you walking in like, hey, garçon, let me get some pain and some butter with some ketchup. You know, don't do shit like that, or you'll be hated immediately. That's all. It's my little warning to you. It's just a little warning. That's all. Yeah. Other than that, there's nothing wrong with French people. Very nice people. Very nice. Pas de problème.
Now, just because the people from Quebec are great, that doesn't mean that French-Canadian doesn't sometimes get a little bit confusing. I mean, hey, it is a variant of French, so I don't know what you were expecting. I mean, the name Quebec alone has the word for what in Spanish and French. I mean, I don't know what we were expecting from a language that can literally be translated into what be what. Can't help but feel they did that on purpose. So the big question here is, what really is Québécois, and how does it differ from the French widely spoken in France? The most obvious difference is actually just the accent. Québécois is said to be a lot more sing-songy than metropolitan French. Think of Québécois as the equivalent of the southern accent for Americans.
Le V, c'est comme une boîte de chocolat. On ne sait jamais sur quoi on va tomber.
French Canadians often opt for the informal, friendly version of you, tu, even among strangers, as opposed to metropolitan French, which generally uses the formal version of you, vous, in professional and unfamiliar settings. There are some vocabulary differences as well between the two French. For example, in French Canadian, we say un char, whereas in metropolitan France, we say une voiture. It's important to note
Un char is a car?
that in France, un char either means a chariot or a tank, not a car. Une blonde in Quebec refers to a girl or girlfriend. Yes, une blonde, as in blonde. And
a blonde.
No, it does not matter what color her hair is, she will always be a blonde.
That is interesting. That would be interesting.
I don't know. And finally, des gosses in...
How do they say blonde in Canadian? Ça c'est ma blonde. Elle a des cheveux blondes. Never mind.
France means kids, whereas in Quebec, it means testicles.
What?
She will always be a blonde.
This is very important for me to learn this part.
I don't know. And finally, des gosses in France...
Des gosses is usually the kids. Les gosses là-bas, ils jouaient des baskets, non?
Means kids, whereas in...
Oui, kids. Wait, okay. Les gosses means balls, nutsack, testicles, tomatoes, jewels. Oh, never mind.
In Quebec, it means testicles. I can't see that ever being an issue.
Hey, bud, you okay?
Oh, hey, yeah, my tank broke down.
Your what?
Yeah, my tank. I was getting ready to go down to New York with my blonde.
That doesn't sound practical. Wait, you're blonde?
My girlfriend.
Did you and Jane break up?
What? No, Oh, she dyed her hair. I'm so stupid.
What?
Listen, man, that sounds super fun. You know, I've been trying for the longest time to plan a trip for me and my testicles. No wife, just, me and...
Me and my testicles, me and my kids.
Two little testicles.
Two little kids.
Yeah. Anyways, as I was saying, because French is a minority language in Canada, they take preserving it very serious. And they've taken certain steps to try to offset the influence of the heavily anglicized environment. For example, stop signs in Quebec actually say arrêt instead of stop like most francophone countries. They also try to avoid importing English words, which just leads to American sentences being literally translated into French. These are called loan translations, which aren't really used in France at all. For example, in France, we'll actually say faire du shopping, which we've taken from English. But the French Canadians said, hold up, if they can turn the word shop into a verb, we're gonna do the same thing. So they took the French word for shop, magasin, and turned it into a verb, which gave us magasiner, which again,
Maganiser. Wow.
is not used at all in France. The same is true for weekend, a word that is used very much in France, but Quebec decided to just translate it literally and started saying fin de semaine, which translates
Fin de semaine.
into end of week. Now, as much as the Quebecois try to offset this influence, Anglicisms are bound to happen. But weirdly, not at all the same ones as in France. For example, in Quebec, they'll say things like caché, hangover, or even Frenché, which again,
French is to make out.
are not things that you will hear in France, like ever. It does not exist. And you just have to wonder who chose which Anglicisms were going to be used for each language.
What happens if a man and a woman French kiss in France? Is it still a French kiss?
Hello guys, thank you so much for coming out. Metropolitan French, Canadian French, it's nice to see you. Hello. Today we're going to be bidding on which English words we want for our languages, starting off with joke. Anybody for joke? Me. I want it. Me. Sold to French Canadian. How about fast food? Who wants fast food? Ooh, I'll take fast food. Restauration rapide just doesn't have the same ring to it, you know?
Restaurant rapide.
Speaking of proximity, I guess you'll be wondering how the heck French made its way from all the way over there to all the way over here. I guess it's time to tell a little tale. Once upon a time, or in the 16th century if you want to be precise, the French had a grand idea to expand their Frenchness to the New World. The
To expand their Frenchness.
biggest and bravest of French explorers was summoned. Jacques Cartier. Yes, like the bracelets. Packed his berets and baguettes and sailed across the sea. Time to
Baguette.
discover where his new maison would be. He passed mountains and forests and lakes, and beavers and mooses and bears. Nothing he could expect. Until he made his way to the strangest of lands, Quebec. Jacques and all his friends found a new home. They built impressive fortresses, created stylish outfits, and said excusez-moi to the local wildlife. But then it started to get cold. Winters in Canada crept in, colder than a polar bear's freezer. And so, while the French were debating whether to say il fait froid or il fait très froid, arriving fashionably late, someone arrived at their gate. The English. Oh no. The English took over the land, but the French speakers, they took a stand. Their language, they said, had to stay, and the English said, okay. Now wrapped in this tale of beavers and berets, the Frenchness stood firm against the English's ways. And here ends our story, a linguistic ballet, wherein Quebec French has forever held sway. I think it's
Very well done.
beautiful how passionate French Canadians are about protecting their own language. Truly, I mean, their language and culture is so important to them that they've actually instated real laws to protect them. And obviously, we're going to take a look at some of the more interesting ones.
But do Canadians have kick-ass food? I mean, there should be some French food in Canada, no? You would think. It's just the same food with an accent. It could be still good, no? Blanquette, dough, veau. Good stuff? No. But the food's important. Did they bring the food over to Canada? I mean, that's important.
Radio stations have a quota of French songs to play, and TV commercials have a quota of French programs to broadcast. There are regulatory
Really?
bodies such as the Canadian Radio, Television, and Telecommunications Commissions, whoa, that's a mouthful, in place to ensure this. Bill 101 is a Quebecois law that mandates that commercial signs, posters, and advertising must be in French. If a business has a non-French name, it must include a French descriptor or slogan such as Costless adding l'épicerie au bon marché, KFC adding la villa de poulet.
La Villa de Poulet.
This bill also relates to movie titles. In Quebec, all movie titles must be translated into French. Now, sometimes there isn't a clear translation, which can lead to awkward and uninspired new titles. For example,
Sounds like a Home Depot in the United States. You know, every aisle has got the Spanish description. So we're kind of doing the same. But we're not Spain.
example, Fast and Furious, which in France wasn't translated and was left untouched, was translated in Quebec to rapide et dangereux. Rapide et dangereux means fast and dangerous. And that just sounds cornier for some reason. Fast and dangerous? Oh, I'm fast and dangerous. I mean, Fast and Furious isn't much better, but you get what I'm saying. Pulp Fiction is another movie title which was left untouched in France, but was literally translated in Quebec to Fiction pulpeuse. And if you thought Pulp Fiction was a weird title, Fiction pulpeuse doesn't mean anything. It literally doesn't mean anything. It's literal translations of the two words, but it doesn't actually mean what it means.
They're not real words
in English. And if you don't know what Pulp Fiction means, I didn't know what it meant before I started shooting this video. Legally Blonde was changed to Blonde Illégale, which I guess in Quebec means girlfriend and legal? Girl and legal, right? That sounds weird either way. But you know what? I actually prefer this version of the French one, which is La Revanche d'une Blonde, a blonde's revenge. Have they seen the movie? I mean, Legally Blonde just doesn't scream revenge to me for some reason. But anyways, moving on. There's also Bill 96, which requires all businesses to be able to serve any and all customers in French before deferring to English. Quebec has a language police. Kind of.
Get out of here.
The Office Québécois de la Langue Française is often referred to as the language police, and they're responsible for enforcing language laws in Quebec. Now,
don't show that shit to Trump. Do not tell Trump about this one. He'll be like, aha, I have an idea. I'm telling you. Don't show that shit to front. Don't keep that a secret. Canada, keep that a secret.
it would be a crime to talk about the Québécois and the Quebec region and not mention their food. Now, of course, Quebec's culinary traditions have a direct connection to its French roots. The early French settlers brought with them rich culinary heritage, including techniques, recipes, and a love for fine dining. French Canadians started by adopting these techniques, but due to a difference in local produce and harsher seasons, their ingredients obviously differed from what's available in France. This resulted in French Canadians coming up with their very own unique dishes, like tourtière, a staple dish during the holiday season. It's a meat pie often made with pork, veal, and potatoes.
Count me in.
Comforting.
I'm good.
And warm. Pudding chômeur, translating into unemployed man's pudding. It's a dessert made with simple cake batter and a rich, delicious, sweet sauce made of maple syrup. And last but not least, we have poutine. Poutine is a quintessential Quebec dish. Try saying that 3 times fast.
What? They made a dish about Russia's president?
Poutine essentially just consists of French fries, smothered gravy, and big old cheese curds.
Bro, that's called disco fries.
It has become a symbol of Quebec cuisine and has variations with added toppings. And don't get me wrong, it's delicious. I mean, it's so good, but you just have to wonder how that became the national dish.
That's the national dish.
Hello, welcome to Canada's National Dish Contest. I'm pretty hungover, so let's just get this over with, all right? What do you got? What do you got? Yes, so we have a foie gras for you. It's essentially just a goose that we've overfed to death, and then wow, that's disgusting. Would you want me to puke?
It's so good, though.
Next, we have some snails. What am I, cat? What are you feeding me snails for? Next! What, who, me? Yes, you. What, are you drunk? What, me? No. Why would I endanger the sanctity of our national dish by showing I'm drunk? I would never do that. Shut up and show me what the food is. Okay, here you go. I basically put all the things that I would want to eat into one dish and made this. Oh my God. That is genius. Okay, that is exactly what I needed right now. I call it poutine because it makes you want to put it in your mouth. Brilliant! We have a winner! This is a contest? So, what do we think?
That was good. This guy's funny.
Has Quebec
He's funny as shit.
what thoroughly confused you, or are you just used to it because, let's face it, it is the French language? Either way, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time.
You the man.
Au revoir!
Au revoir.
Bienvenue!
Au revoir. Or au revoir. That's how you say it properly. But anyway, Canadian French makes no sense. Voilà. That's all I know. What do you think? Let's see. What do you think I came away in this whole video with? I came away with a new way to say les oh shit. I would fail in school so badly today. It's not even funny. It's not even funny. Wait, les gosses. Voila, that's it. Les gosses. That's what I came away with. That was the best thing that I learned, was how to say balls in Canadian. Les gosses. Oh, not deux gosses. Oh, la, la. Well, anyway, excellent video. As always, this guy's hilarious. I love him. Take care. Peace out. A la prochaine.